It is time for another live game of StarCraft 2, and what I got for you today is a Zerg vs Terran that I am playing at the exact same time as I'm also giving commentary to it. Now, as of late in Zerg vs Terran, I've been going really for like two different kind of build orders. First off, you got the style based around quick Ultralisk, so you basically go for Zerglings, Banelings, and then a bunch of Queens as well to hold on to the mid game, and then later on, you start switching into very fast Ultras. And I've also been going for the Roach Ravager based style. Now, considering we are currently on Cactus Valley LE, one of the largest maps, if not the largest map right now in the map pool, I think we should probably opt for the faster version of those two and go for the Zergling Baneling based style and start teching up to really quick Ultralisk, okay? Now, this is a style that wasn't as common anymore for a little while, and it is reasonably easy to counter, but most of the Terran players, one of the things that I've noticed at least, is that they tend to not really scout all too much, and, you know, they mostly just seem to play their own game, and that's a really nice, you know, a really nice thing you can capitalize on as a Zerg player, because in many instances, you don't really need your Mutalisk. As long as you're positioning your army effectively, you can get rid of all of the Terran drops just fine. But of course, you are going to be vulnerable to Terran drops because, well, without Mutas, we don't really have a whole lot of anti-air. But the nice thing is that you save yourself a ton of gas to get much faster upgrades and therefore a much faster hive as well. We'll see if we can make that work right here. I've been in particular like on the smaller maps, right? On the ones with like really tight chokes and whatnot. Those are the kind of maps that I've been playing a lot of Roach Ravager based kind of styles on, and it's really nice as well. But I feel like on a map like this with such wide open spaces and tons of, you know, counterattack paths, something a little bit faster will probably be, you know, be a little bit stronger. Now, the nice thing that I really enjoy about the Queen Ling Bane kind of style, I guess that's what we call it, is because of the lack of mutas, the micro becomes significantly easier. Like, if you go for some Mutaling Bane play, technically speaking, it's better, right? But that does take into account that you got a really solid micro. But regardless, it does take two to play this game, so obviously, I don't really know exactly what my opponent has got in store for us here. I will try to make sure that we get some very fast 4 Queens out. I'll go up to 6 Zerglings here as well. That way we can defend any kind of Reaper shenanigans reasonably easy. And there indeed is that first Reaper. Don't want to be losing any Zerglings here if I can at all avoid that. Although I may end up losing these two. Yeah, looks like that is indeed going to be the case. A little unfortunate, but not that big of a deal. Okay. So now with that Queen out, as long as we don't lose any drones, life is going to be a-okay. Losing drones here is the big part. He obviously did get some kills, but he also slowed down his own builds just a tad, just to get some more vision. I'm trying to go in right now with the Overlord. That is a little greedy. We now have analyzed where my opponent spawns, so we can decide where we're going to take the third. Always want to expand away from your opponent. And there's the first barracks with a tech lab. And actually, there's a reactor right now, so I'm looking for a starport here. You know what? I was indeed going to go for the Ling Bane style, but we're going to need a Roach one here for a little while. I'm not seeing a starport here anywhere just yet, so you may very well just be going for a bunch of roaches. Ah, damn. Oh, he didn't kill it? Oh, I thought he was going to kill it there for sure. Lucky for me. Alright, so my opponent is going for some very, very quick Hellion-based play here. Not really seeing a whole lot of follow-ups just yet. This Overlord is as good as dead. We'll go ahead and make a third. And then a handful of roaches here as well as soon as that Roach Warren finishes up, because I'm not entirely sure what he is going for. Okay, so he is indeed getting a Marine right now, as well as researching what is probably Stimpack in that barracks. A lot of early gas, though. Oh, actually, there's a very quick third base. Alright. Very, very quick third base there by my opponent. So I'm gonna need a few roaches here. That's mostly just a response to seeing the reactored Hellions, because I don't want to be caught with my pens down on those units. But for the most part, seeing that third CC is a big indication that my opponent is planning on playing some very aggressive macro-based style. Because if he's got this much, right? That is an indication that he's going to try his very best to do a bunch of damage. Now, we got roaches. That roach apparently wanted to completely bypass, surprisingly enough. We'll try and lock him in with a few of the drones that we have. Oh god, we don't want to be fighting here. Alright. He's still got a bunch of drones there at the very end. I microed that reasonably well initially. I didn't really lose any workers right there until the very last burst, so that is a little unfortunate for us. Regardless though, this is a situation where we can just make all the drones in the world and basically get whatever income we kind of want right now. Because seeing that third CC is a big indication that he's not going to do a whole lot of anything, at least for a little while. So we'll go ahead here and grab ourselves some additional gases here. But mostly I want to try and focus on drones. The fact that he's sacrificing those Hellions though, obviously he got some damage done with that, right? But it also is a massive indication that he's not going to be capable of pushing anytime soon. I mean, if he was planning to go for a timing attack, right? He just lost himself a very substantial amount of economy, or a very substantial amount of army rather, and that's, like, it doesn't make any sense if he wants to go for any push right now, right? So, of course, that's not, like, set in stone. There's still a chance that he's gonna move. But, I'm gonna make the assumption he will more likely not. He will more than likely not move right now. We'll get +1/+1. We gotta get some more vision out across the map as well. Because I'm not having all too much of that right now. There we go. And I think I'm just gonna go for a very quick fourth here, instead of a macro hatchery. I don't have to drone that one up just yet, but I can already get my economy over there as well, right? Okay. Going for the massive amount of drones. And just trying to add on as much as we possibly can. So indeed, that third has already been landed. Very quick. Very greedy third there by him. We can try and do some pressure, but I don't think we're gonna get all too much. He may very well have siege tanks or whatever, which would be, you know, something difficult to counter right now. We are gonna need that Baneling's Nest. I'll make a few more units here just in case, but mostly I'm trying to get that economy out. Alright, so if we can do some damage, yeah, there's indeed a siege tank up on the high ground. That makes play against any of this sort of stuff very difficult. Now, the fact that he's in, like, sort of creep spreading, or sorry, that he's expanding towards me, is something that we don't see too often here from Terran players. Generally speaking, they want to expand away as well. This does look sort of, I guess it's sort of like an indication, right? Where he's saying like, hey, I want to try and get really aggressive to you. And I think we need to try and keep that one in mind, because if we accidentally get killed, that would be less than ideal. Okay, fort base. I think I'm safe here to drone it. I did get another hatchery here as well. Creep spread here is crucial, by the way. The more creep spread, the better. Still making drones. Actually, we don't need 8 gas. 6 is plenty. Oh no, he's gonna try and clean up creep. Any creep we lose here, we gotta replace immediately. And that's me done making drones here for the remainder of this game. Very greedy play though by me. I can now get another gas, that's fine. Okay. There we go. Now we can start up a crazy amount of production. And you know what? I don't even really need the roach speed right now. If I just morph them into Ravagers, we're totally fine without roach speed. Okay, we got a ton of stuff here. And actually, we've got so much economy here, we may very well be able to continue the aggression for a little while longer. Now we gotta keep in mind there are still siege tanks, so I don't need to overextend. I am gonna have to, like, spread creep once again, though. Hive is done, by the way, so that's good. We'll be able to get my adrenal glands upgrade here as well. But as long as we keep track of, like, my opponent's fort base expansions, right? And we sort of, like, you know, make sure that he's not just taking bases here without me realizing it. We know very well that we've got a superior economy. Okay. Okay, here we go. Very good. And here's the thing, right? All we're really doing is holding on until we get ultras out. I've been holding on. And right now my production is going to be off the charts. I'm going to have very powerful upgrades here. Getting +3 attack now as well. There we go. And we'll make sure to get another base going. So very defensive play here, right? Which is a little bit away from my comfort zone. I usually play a little bit more aggressive than this. Creep spread and whatnot become far more important. But since we are making ultras now, I think we're in a really good spot. Okay, we are being forced right now though to get some more map presence. There's no reason why my opponent should have the watchtower, things like that. I mean, I definitely should try and prevent that from happening. Okay. Still getting ultras. Still getting bigger stuff. Of course, the more creep spread we get, the easier it is to get the queens in combat as well. You know what? We'll do like a big round of injects here. But with my upgrades just about to finish up, I think we can start making a move for it. Actually, if he's making a move for it, then it's fine for me as well. I do want to fight on creep if I can. Very good. Well, you know what? If he wants to fight this badly, we'll fight him on creep. Okay. There's a landmine party over here, though. Okay, very good. And push. Let's go. We'll move the queens over there instead. Queens are in a bit of an awkward place. We'll get a Spire here as well, because he's most likely going to follow this up with Liberator play. So here we go. Gotta start chomping away at all of this stuff that we have. That he has, rather. Okay. Connecting with as many things as we can. You can see though that Terran still has got really good upgrades here as well, which make it difficult here for me to engage, because we can't really easily connect with all of his units. And Ultras did of course get nerfed over the course of the last couple of months, where they are much weaker than they were in the past when it comes to these kind of engagements. But still, we are doing so much damage here to him. We killed a base. He's probably not mining anymore, other than from that last one that he's got up and running at the 4th. But I want to try and get out of here. Okay, we're trying to get as much value here as we can out of the units that we got. I wonder if we could have actually done that engagement a little better. I think we could have. Getting my Greater Spire now as well. There's no 5th though. Come on, queens. You guys are so slow off creep. I'm still hoping for like a hive tech upgrade one day, but for the moment, you guys are just gonna have to walk. Okay, getting some Corruptor now too. He is trying to get a 5th. Oh god, he's actually got a lot of stuff here. Whoa. Oh god, that rally there was not perfect either. Really? Did I really lose all of my overseers? Okay. I like Zerg versus Terran late game though, although it's a little bit more difficult than it was in the past. I'm a little worried that if I move out right now, right, that he's gonna counterattack. And there's not a whole lot I can do against that. I could try and defend here with these units. I guess that could potentially work out. But I'm a little worried if I attack right now, right, that he's gonna counterattack instead of engaging my main army. And that would make it very difficult for me to really get a good engagement in. That's the downside of course, this kind of play. Yeah, he's moving in right now. I mean, I'm trying to move over there, right, but Brute Lords are so slow. And I'm gonna end up losing a lot of economy. And instead, we are gonna be forced to expand over there. I can't really easily clean up his forces. Because while I may be able to get in there eventually, this is gonna hurt. Come on, brutes! Okay. He's gonna try and lift up and get him out of there. Looks like he's got actually enough as well. No way. Come on, queens! Get him! And this is the downside of this kind of play. In the late game, it's not particularly fast. Come on! You guys are so slow! I'm trying to get over. And I got the army to deal with it, but my army is just so slow. And I guess, even though we had a lot of stuff here initially, my opponent is starting to overpower me here very slowly. Now, it's not game over by any stretch. Oh god, there's Widow Mines everywhere. We're dealing with the bases though. I just don't have that much income anymore, which is a little terrifying. I know there are a few units over here too. Okay. Okay, here we are. Let's move. I'm gonna have to remake some workers. Not quite what I had intended, but... Trying to move my queens in position. Some of them take a little while. Here's the thing though, I have a very hard time countering this kind of play because I don't really have any proper anti-air units as Zerg that I can prevent or protect my brutes with. I'm trying to get some units here. I'm trying to make sure that we don't just randomly end up losing everything. This could still be either player's game though. Right now, he's got so much anti-air that it's very difficult for me to really get a good engagement in. I did once again deal a lot of damage to him, so there's that. We'll try and see if we can do some run-bys there. But I don't think we're going to be able to, because that will more than likely be planetary fortresses. Oh, he actually doesn't have a base here. Oh, if he doesn't have a base here, then we're actually not in that bad of a position anymore. Alright, time for infestors. I do not have... Okay, he's got a base mining over there. I was gonna say, like, that would have been bad. Anyway, we are still getting infestors here, which I think are gonna be a really good option. Because, of course, they are doing a lot of damage. In particular to clumped up Terran bio units. He does still have some mining there, but... not as much as I think... Or he doesn't have that much mining compared to what I think he was having. He did make a bunch of command centers earlier, but I think we managed to snipe those while engaging at his fourth. This is actually turning out to be a really solid, legitimately good game. Although his units are now on the prowl here. I can try and set up a trap. Dude, why would you not go for my fully mining base? Are you kidding me, bro? Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on. Come on, one time. That was a huge mine connection. That was a huge mine connection. Oh. That mine connection, though. Queens are still doing a lot of damage, too. I'm gonna rebuild my Ultra Cavern, I think. That may very well be a good idea. I think I'm gonna have to try and make sure that that base doesn't die, though. We'll try and leave some of these infestors there as well, then. Probably a good idea. There we go. I got a lot of gas income, everything considered. Those baling mines, though, they ended up doing a very nice bit of damage. If I would have lost that base right there, right, I would have been probably in a game-ending deficit. I mean, there's not a whole lot I could have done to that. I don't know if he's got any information here. Well, that works. Okay, very good. Trying to get some ultras back once again. This is turning out to be a really epic match. Now here's the thing though, my opponent has got a lot of economy going up right now on the other end of the map. And while we are indeed spreading creep all over it... Really? I literally just moved across. With a bunch of links. Okay. Whoa! All of a sudden. He's got auto turrets. And these are units that are not easy to counter. We are doing a bunch of damage there, so that's good. I don't know exactly where his army is currently located, though. Banelings don't. I am sort of losing all of my eco here, though, which is not exactly what I wanted. I guess I can try and... I don't know, there's not really any bases left to take. I think this is the army that we are gonna have to play with. Nah, there's no way I can fight these. Come on, Funko! Oh! He's got so many ravens, though. And ravens don't really have an easy counter for Zerg. Like, there's not really any counter for ravens, to be completely frank with you. Ravens have gotten buffed up significantly in the past. And while I do still have some mining going on here, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do a whole lot. Because these units will indeed kill all of my stuff here eventually, right? I'm gonna have to try and take out some of his new expansions, but I'm worried that if those are gonna be planetaries, I won't be able to break it. Zerg late game just simply struggles against this sort of style. Now I can burrow some Zerglings, I suppose. I hope this base isn't mining. Please don't be mining. Okay, this one isn't mining. This one isn't mining either. That's huge! He's indeed gonna try and go after one of my other bases. I hope he's gonna turn back. Looks like he's not, so we will be forced to move some units over. I am gonna totally lose this expansion, that's for sure. What are we gonna do, though? To, like, fight his air units? Because I'm not gonna be able to fight these Raven. I've got a lot of stuff here, and I can build a lot of units. but I cannot fight his Raven. And that's what I'm struggling with right now. I got a lot of energy here. I can start adding on some Corruptors again, I guess. That would have been pretty good. We've got creep everywhere, though. Oh, I just noticed my camera apparently ran out of battery because this game is too epic. That's okay. I've got queens. I got a lot of stuff, all things considered. Come on. Oh. These auto turrets basically got like tripled in the amount of damage that they deal. And obviously they hit ground as well as air. Now Corruptors should be able to deal with this, but my Corruptors aren't going to be well upgraded. Oh no, oh no, oh no. These are my last mining bases. No way, no, 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 no. I have no way of defending against this right now. I need to keep this base alive at the very least. I do have a Corruptor here. Of course, these units cannot shoot down. But he may very well be mining now. And that's the trouble here, because if I can't take out his late game army, right, I'm gonna be in a lot of trouble. Now we are picking up a lot of free units here, which is great. Like he's giving me a whole lot of free stuff. My creep spread is now reaching basically towards all of his expansions, which is sick. I can still try and like do some damage though, I guess, with my Corruptors. They can piss on an expansion just fine, just like that. Although, ideally I'd like to take out an engagement here and just, you know, end this game once and for all. Okay, very good. We'll go back to pissing then, I guess. Okay. Man, this is a difficult army to face. And I'm afraid that that is going to be all she wrote. I just don't have a counter to all of his Raven play. That is such a shame. I could have built any unit in the game there, but I didn't have infinite economy, and these units just simply traded so well. To be fair though, the counter to Raven, generally speaking, is to try and not allow your opponent to get to Raven. But I've tried making every single Zerg unit here, and I'm starting to worry that it's not enough. I mean, just simply the Marine switch there ended up doing plenty of damage, and I've only got one mining base now. I think the same is true for my opponent, because he doesn't have that much. There's no Metavex or whatever though, so there's still a chance that I can do a bunch of damage, but I'm desperately trying to add on whatever I can, but I don't have any mining anymore. Which just basically means that even though we tried our very best here, I think eventually today's ladder points are gonna have to head towards my opponent, because the Raven switch caught me off guard. And in the meantime, there's only so much that I can do to try and get an engagement in. I am completely dry, I've got no more resources here whatsoever, and the planetary fortresses allowed him to hold on to his expansions for quite a while longer. And even though we tried our very best, I most definitely did not play perfect, and eventually it looks like my opponent is gonna have to end up taking this game. As terrible as it may feel, as bad as it may be, there is really no way. I mean, this is all my mining. I got nothing, and my opponent still has good mules, right? So, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this game. If you did, make sure you hit that like button down below, and if you want to see more, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Because I want to thank you all for watching. Have an amazing day. Do not forget to smile, alright? And I'll see you in the next one.